Objects in motion, stay in motion.
And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first and a little extra at stake tonight, as this is the first game of the NBA Cup group stage for each of these teams.
And both coaches want to get that first win under their belt. With only 4 games in this stage, the tournament doesn't give you much room for error.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Clingan is out there with Murray, and it's Capella in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Clingan with it, covered by Smith. Back to Henderson. Pass to Clingan. Sharp against Green. And it's Sharp missing. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
Yeah, some history here, though. Of course, they won that first-round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
First team foul. At the line for 1. Alfred Sengun.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes.
Free throw, no good for Sengun.
Competitive, selfless, and a high basketball IQ. Sengun with the traits every coach loves.
Green against Sharp. Murray outside. Rebound by Smith. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis. MP passes to Smith. Blows the alley-oop. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Udoka. David?
And we talked about the matchup against Scoot Anderson. He told me Scoot is an extremely talented player. He's already somebody you have to game plan for with his scoring and playmaking. This is a guy with superstar potential. The coach has a lot of respect for the skilled youngster. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Known as a terrific passer at his position, Sengun excels at finding the open man.
Pass to Capella. Henderson with it. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by MP.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
Well, Stan, after 11 seasons with this Blazer organization, Damian Lillard traded away in 2023. What a run he had for Portland.
Incredible, Kevin. Not only in terms of his scoring and his individual honors, but the success he brought to the team. While they didn't get over the top and get to the finals, they were a consistent winner. If you were a fan in Portland, you had a good team to come and watch for all of those years.
Here's Capella, following the basket by MP. Murray for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
3 points.
Rockets leading by 4. Now, here's MP. In Sacramento, he was nearly unstoppable.
Even without the explosive athleticism, Sengun still able to play above the rim.
Pass to Sharp. Back to Henderson. To the paint. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Rockets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Green with the ball. Defended by Sharp. Şengün with a screen on Sharp. From deep, Green. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the rejection by MP. Smith dishes to MP. From the arc. Green, no luck. Trailblazers trail by 4. Murray left side. It's tipped. Anderson with it. 6 to shoot. At the top of the key, Capella. Over Şengün. MP grabs the miss. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Over in the corner, Green. And Şengün throws it down.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Sharp against Green. Back to Sharp. There's the 3. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
When Sharp is converting in the catch-and-shoot game, he's very tough to stop.
The drive by MP.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Pass to Klingon. And the 3 off target. Rockets leading by 5. Now, MP. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Capella with a screen on Green. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, good footwork by Capella. Setting the pick and finding his spot.
MP deciding where to go with it. Here's Shepard. Henderson defending. Lets the 3 fly. Cans it from downtown. And it's 6 points for Reed Shepard.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
We've seen some flashes, Coach, from Shaedon Sharp in his career. He can get hot in a hurry.
Well, look, Kevin, he is a great athlete, and when his shots starts to fall consistently, he can be electric. Right now, he's putting it together little by little. He's just got to continue to improve.
And Green gets it to go.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Pass to Klingon. Back to Henderson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
High-roller type of player. Henderson fighting tooth and nail down low.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Oh, man. Their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
Stan, when you were faced with back-to-back games, did that factor into your game planning at all?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, it factored into what we did in preparation. You know, practice the day before the back-to-back set. But I was a one-game-at-a-time guy, and whatever it took to win that night was what we were going to do, and then we'd worry about the second game when that one was over.
Here's Henderson. Following the basket by MP. Over Green. Capella trying to free himself up. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also put them on the line.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. So, Greg, you played the point. In Create a Player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
Free throw drop for Smith. A different look now for Portland. Andre Ayton's checked in for Klingon. Robert Williams comes in for Clint Capella. And it's Avdia in for Murray.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Simons with the screen on Green. For 3, Henderson. Rockets with the rebound. MP's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Yeah, Williams gets at least one swat a game. He's got great anticipation.
Now, here's MP. 8 points for him. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys. MP, in the last time out against Sacramento, played superb basketball. He scored 48 points, and he did a little bit of everything for them in that one, adding a triple-double in the process. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Williams gets the bucket.
Nice setup there out of the two-man game. Simons continues to grow as a passer.
Green kicks to MP. To the middle, taken away by Williams. MP against Avdia. Simons surveying the D. Over Thompson. And again, it's Portland converted.
From the mid-range, Simons' quickness is a big advantage.
On the wing, MP. Pass to Thompson. Back to MP. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Smith with a screen on Simon. From outside the arc, Smith gets it to go on the assist by Thompson. Smith's got 7 points.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now, here's Simon. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
MP passes to Easton. Henderson outside. Buries it from three-point range. Henderson's got his second bucket, and they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Rockets ahead, up by 7. And the second... And thanks again for tuning. Changes. Smith checked in for Tari Eason. MP comes in for Whitmore. And Shepard subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Klingon, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Clint Capella comes in for Robert Williams. Murray's checked in for Avdia. And Henderson subbed in for Anferni Simons. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Shepard out there with Amen Thompson. And it's MP in at the 3 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Sharp against Thompson. Screen by Capella. And here's Sharp. He has 6. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's MP to the inside. Smith, and Smith with the stuff.
A smooth dish from MP. That's talent and teamwork.
And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 14. Murray outside. Pass to Henderson. Henderson with the screen for Capella. Here's Sharp. Over Thompson. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
The shot's good from Smith. And that's 13 points so far for Jabari Smith.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Lob pass to Capella. And stolen by Şengün. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Off target with his 3. Knocked loose. Clinging with it. Now defended by MP. Şengün against Henderson. Murray dishes to Capella. Pass to Sharp. Can they get it? Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Sharp's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, just a couple of years into the league, but Sharp has shown he's good from deep.
MP finds a gap. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Back to Murray. And Sharp has it in the corner. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. It's going to be on MP. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
Well, for Sharp, it's about shooting a good percentage. When he does that, he's an impactful player.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Tari Eason comes in for Şengün. And it's Green and for Amen Thompson. Here's Shepard. No good on the 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Sharp. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Sharp's got 14 points for the game.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
The drive by MP. And MP throws it down.
Punching it in on the drive. MP doesn't mess around when he's got a lane to the rim.
Sharp finds Henderson. Now, here's Sharp. 11 points last game.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
MP with it. 1:52 left in the second quarter. Here's Smith. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Donovan Clingan.
Sometimes you have to fight for it, and Smith showed he's up to the task.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Pass to Clingan. Outside, Avdia. outside for Murray. A three-pointer off the mark. Rockets leading by 14. MP with it. Outguarded by Murray. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Jalen Green. How he performed last season. Put up about 13 points per, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And most of all, you have to love the defensive grit he brings to games when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, I loved having options like him off the bench. Guys who bring effort. They can change the attitude of a team.
Here's Klingon. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
On the free throw, no good.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
The drive by MP. And Şengün with the basket on the assist by MP. MP's got 6 assists here tonight. Avdia against Green. Capella with a screen on Green. Avdia, the pass to Capella. It's taken away by Smith. No one near Shepard as he lets it go. Hits it from three-point range. Shepard's got 9.
And, you know, the more you watch Smith, the more you marvel at his feel for the game.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Murray finds Avdia. Over Green. Avdia can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
MP passes to Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. From outside, off the mark. Jabari Smith has been leading the charge for the Houston Rockets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action in just a minute.
Take a look at Portland. They should win this one. But we always talk about these trap games where a team comes in thinking that they could just walk away with it.
Especially when the opponent is thirsty, as is the case here. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half. A commanding performance for the Houston Rockets.
And you look at the numbers. They're playing so well offensively. Nice flow. Only a...
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing, guys, a tremendous game from Jabari Smith.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Clint Capella is out there with Klingon. And it's Murray in at the 3 spot. Great Kentucky native Reed Shepard followed in his dad's footsteps and stayed local for his college years.
How cool was that? His dad winning 2 national championships for the Bluegrass State, was named the MVP of the '98 college tournament, and he even had a brief stint in the NBA. Reed, the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 draft, blazing his own trail.
From deep, and the rejection by MP. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And here are the Trailblazers now. It's a 14-point game. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That'll be the third game of this three-game road trip. Inside, and it's slammed in by Smith.
And the numbers speak for themselves. Smith has been aggressive and effective all night.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pass to Klingon. On the wing, Murray. Covered by MP. Now Klingon. Anderson looking it over. 4 on the shot clock. Floats one up. Outside for Murray. And the rejection by MP. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Capella sets a screen for Henderson. Over Shepherd. And that one's good by Henderson. Henderson's got 8 points.
Making smart use of the pick and roll play there. Henderson frees himself to go and get a bucket.
MP passes to Smith. The shot's good. And the Rockets lead by 16.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Sharp. That's in there. Murray with the assist. 20 points for Shaedon Sharpe.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Wide open look here for Murray. Off target from three-point range.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And slammed in by Smith.
Going up strong there. That's the kind of aggressive play you love to see from Smith.
Trailblazers trail by 15. Sharpe on the wing. Pass to Murray. Sharpe with it. Portland moving the ball around. Back to Murray. Just 5 to shoot. Over MP. Murray, no good.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Whacked up there for Şengün. It's stolen by Capella. And now Portland on the break. Jumps up. And then Sharpe with the dunk.
Yeah, Sharpe is just pouring shots in. Great to see him playing with this blend of energy and assertiveness.
Şengün with a screen on Murray. Şengün, no good.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Henderson outside. Klingon the screen for Henderson. No good on the triple.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Screen by Smith. MP passes to Smith. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Henderson. Back to Murray. Pulls up from the corner. And the rejection by MP.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And one of Green's best assets, his leaping ability. He's a natural athlete, very explosive.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And the foul called on MP. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
Number 35, Robert Williams.
Henderson outside. Murray outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Now, MP. He's got 12. Down low and stolen by Williams. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Thompson, he's checked in for Shepard. Anderson finds Williams. Murray outside. Now here's Capella. Şengün covering. Murray sets a screen for Capella. Deflects the pass. Thompson dishes to MP. To the inside. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And another thing they've really excelled at tonight is protecting the rim. Shooters keep getting their shots swatted away by this squad.
The free throw dropped for Şengün. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down one, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
Pass to Sharp. Henderson with a screen on Thompson. And here's Sharp. He's got 22. 5 on the clock. Over Thompson. Outside for Murray. Nailed from three-point land. Murray's got his third basket of the night right there.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They have a 19-point lead. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Pass to Smith. MP sets the screen for Smith. Back to MP. And Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And for Portland, they're shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Sharp against Thompson. To the paint. Here's Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Well, that's a part of Sharp's game that he takes very seriously.
Here's MP. 16 points for him. Going inside, and MP throws it down.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Henderson passes to Williams. Portland moving the ball around. To the middle, here's Sharp. Rockets with the rebound. Smith's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, You might as well pack your bags.
Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. Fred VanVleet comes in for Jalen Green. Portland also making some changes. Ayton, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Avdia comes in for Murray. And it's Simons in for Sharp. MP outside. Şengün with a screen on Simons. Şengün passes to Eason. No good from outside.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Henderson right side. Simons against Thompson. Shot on the wing, and it's good off the glass. Simons has got 9 points.
It took a little time for Simons to kind of come into his own, but now he's playing with supreme confidence.
VanVleet on the wing. Back to MP. VanVleet against Henderson. MP with a screen on Henderson. VanVleet can't get it to go.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad
shots.
This is his third trip to the free throw line.
At the line for 2. Alperen Şengün.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. So it's Houston, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And it's been their rugged defense. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this...
MP's checked in for Jabari Smith. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Shepard. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Ayton. Murray comes in for Avdia. And Scoot Henderson subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Now here's VanVleet. Fred VanVleet out there with Thompson. Then it's Tari Eason. Then there's Whitmore. And it's MP in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Williams, a screen on Thompson. Sharp, the pass to Williams. Now Murray. 5 to shoot. Sharp finds Murray. Sinks the triple.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the second half.
MP with it. Eason, a screen on Murray. And the dunk by Eason.
And what you like about MP as a playmaker, he has great vision.
Portland's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Latrey knocks down the 3 ball. 30 points for Shaedon Sharpe.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof. But look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
No good on that one. Well, Stan, I know you made the transition from college to the NBA as a coach and were successful, but how hard is that transition for the players to go from college to the pros?
It's an incredible transition, Kevin. In college, let's think about it. The very best teams may have 2 or 3 NBA caliber players. You know how many NBA players are on NBA teams? 15 of them. And the pace of the game, everything happens faster, so all of your reads and decisions have to happen faster. That's what I think takes the time more than the skills themselves.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
Pass to Sharp. And the foul called on MP. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
And here's Sharp. MP with the block.
Wow, MP was ready for the shot and timed the block to perfection.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Clingan the screen for Henderson. Sharp on the wing. Drains it from beyond the arc. Sharp's got 33.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you'd try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
On the wing, Murray. And Sharp has it in the corner. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
4th personal foul.
He's got to get to the line a little bit more here in the second half. Let's see if he can get that edge back that he had in the first.
Houston leading by 23. Tucker a screen. MP passes to Tucker. Count that one.
Look, MP has great vision. Delivers that ball on target.
Trailblazers shooting 40% from the field. Henderson kicks to Capella. MP against Sharp. Missed inside. And so MP will bring it up for the Rockets. Tucker a screen. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Pass to Murray. Now here's Capella.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. I've heard some talk about this idea, Stan. What do you think about adding a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star Weekend?
Wow, Kevin, I love that idea. And if you could get the better players to play, I think there would be some serious interest in that from fans and some great competition among the players.
We see it every night in the NBA. That's what we all crave for, right? We want to see the biggest names against each other.
Yeah, every night we want to see the best players one-on-one against the other great players in the league.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And that's a situation where you must make them all to get back into the game.
On the wing, MP. Defended by Sharp. Eason's shot is good.
Oh, great job by MP, showing how selfless he is with passes like that.
Pass to Clingan. Henderson against Van Vliet. The shot by Sharp, nobody around, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding. Well, when you talk about how MP can score the ball, the possibilities are endless.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for MP.
Yeah, we witnessed a special performance tonight. It's not just the triple-double. It's the example he set out there. Outstanding leadership.
Pass to Sharp. All alone. Nice touch on the bank shot. Sharp's got 40 points.
Well, nice touch on Sharp's mid-range J. And nice to see him expand his game a little into that area.
And the dunk by MP.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
Now Van Vliet. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. And tonight, not just a regular season win, it also counts in the NBA Cup standing.
And if you look at the teams that advance in the Cup, you normally have to win this first game. So they're off to a strong start.
And that'll do it, folks. So now for Greg Anthony, stand